one in the field of renewable energy and the other on green hydrogen. This collaboration aligns with both nations' commitment to sustainable development, combating climate change, and a just and equitable energy transition. Our nations are poised to further enhance this partnership by leveraging our respective and collective strengths and addressing emerging challenges in the rapidly changing global landscape. The future holds immense potential for deeper cooperation in emerging sectors such as artificial intelligence, healthcare, and space technology, reflecting the mutual aspirations for prosperity and sustainable development. We have already signed an MOU on cooperation in the field of digital infrastructure, including large language models and supercomputing. We have another one in the area of advanced technology to harness the benefits of the fourth energy revolution. In conclusion, I wish to say that India and the UAE stand as a testament to the power of strategic partnerships based on shared values, mutual respect, and a vision for a prosperous future. Our partnership also reflects the desire for continuous improvement and growth through mutually beneficial collaboration. As we continue to work together, I am confident that our strategic partnership will enable our two nations to navigate complex global realities and will leave a lasting impact on global and regional stability, economic growth, and governance frameworks. I applaud the role of CII for leading our endeavors from the front. And I wish you all a very happy and rewarding investor-occasion. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the pleasure to invite the UAE Minister of State for Entrepreneurship and SMEs, Her Excellency Alia Abdullah Al Mazroui, to give the keynote address.
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Turabi Raja, Honorable Minister of Industry, Investment, Promotion and Commerce, Department of Government and Planning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the latest edition of Investopia India, which marks a new milestone in advancing the economic and investment ties between the UAE and India in the future sectors. This occasion is truly special to me, as this is my first official visit to India after being appointed Minister of State and Entrepreneurship and SME in the new UAE cabinet a few days ago, and I consider it a privilege. Before continuing, I'd like to thank the government of Tamil Nadu for hosting this conference and playing an active role in enhancing dialogue and collaboration between the UAE and India's private sector. I would also like to commend the efforts of the Confederation of India Industry in making this happen. Today, the long-standing and ever-growing strategic partnership between our two countries is seen as a global model for bilateral relationship, aimed to achieve sustainable development and common interest. On top of that, the comprehensive economic partnership agreement established between the UAE and India unlocked the true potential of this partnership, creating an abundance of opportunities for the private sector. By building further on this momentum, we are keen to enhance the contribution of the SME sector to the trade and economic exchange between both countries. The UAE today is an economic hub that is the most active, most developed, and fast-growing in our region. Our country's strong financial reserves, large sovereign wealth funds, and strong spending on development projects, political stability, effective and modern economic legislations are all among factors that make it an attractive business and FDI destination. Apart from that, the UAE's strategic geographic location makes it an ideal gateway connecting the East and West. 2/3 of the world's population, approximately 2.5 billion people, are located within the 8-hour flight from the UAE. Thousands of businesses have been taking advantage of these opportunities and other incentives offered by the UAE economy. By this is also not surprising, considering the UAE has always recognized the key role of SMEs and entrepreneurship sector is driving the economic growth and employment creation in the country. Apart from their contribution to the GDP and employment, they also have an edge when it comes to innovation, diversification, and promoting inclusive growth. They are typically more agile than larger corporations, a quality that enables them to adapt quickly to changing market conditions and consumer needs. In the UAE, SME today represent 94% of the total companies, contribute to 40% of the GDP, and account to 42% of employment. Recognizing the sector's importance early on, UAE became one of the first countries in the region to establish a robust legislative and institutional environment to nurture the growth of entrepreneurship and SMEs. We're also well aware that the challenges SMEs face today, such as access to finance, regulatory hurdles, competition, and scalability. Therefore, legislative amendments and economic policies launched over the past years focus on guaranteeing a more attractive and profitable business environment in the UAE. These include cutting red tape, enhancing the ease of doing business, reducing cost of doing business, and facilitating access to finance and new markets, among others. As part of Phase 1 of the Entrepreneurship Nation, 20 million dirhams worth of support was made available to entrepreneurs and startups from the project private sector partners. 1,000 projects out of more than 5,000 SMEs and business ventures that signed up through the Entrepreneurship Nation portal were given the support. Phase 2 of the program entails further expansion in existing network of partnerships to include new alliances and MOUs with authorities at the federal, local, and global levels. The tailored programs such as the Next Gen FDI and Future 100 were launched to foster digital transformation and technology-based ventures in the UAE. Through these efforts, our goal is to transform over 20 UAE startups into unicorns by the end of year 2031. We strive to raise the number of SMEs in the UAE to 1 million in line with the 2031 vision, which has set the national goal to double the GDP to reach 3 trillion dirhams by then. Thanks to these concerted efforts, UAE has been ranked #1 globally for the third consecutive year by the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor Report for the year 2023-2024. Besides, the country is ranked 16th and 31st globally on the World Bank Ease of Doing Business Report 2020 and the Global Innovation Index 2022, respectively. In 2021, UAE set a record of venture capital investment, attracting 4.3 billion dirhams in funding and startups, a whopping 93% year-to-year growth. More recently, the first half of this year, the UAE attracted $225 billion in VC funding. Similarly, India is home to a thriving SME ecosystem and embodies the spirit of enterprise and innovation, and led by youth, and the opportunities before us are limitless. Therefore, I urge both the UAE and Indian SME ecosystem stakeholders to take advantage of this opportunity to explore productive partnership and the available opportunities in both markets. To those Indian businesses operating in the new economy sectors, I invite you to capitalize on the UAE highly incubating environment comprised of accelerators, incubators, financial institutes, and tailored programs to grow and scale at a global level and champion technology and knowledge transfer within the ecosystem. On behalf of the UAE government, I reiterate the Ministry of Economy's keenness to assist you in every way we can. I wish you all a productive participation in this conference and look forward to its outcome and truly future-proofing the UAE's Indian economic partnership. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Shri Dr. T.R.P. Raja, Honorable Minister for Industries, Government of Tamil Nadu, to give his keynote address.
You corrected the mic. No. We had this issue yesterday. My student, His Excellency, both of us require taller mics, so they did that today. His Excellency, the Minister for Economy, my beloved friend, through Abdullah bin Tawq Al-Mari Awdal, Her Excellency, the Minister for State for Entrepreneurship and SMEs, Alia Abdullah Al-Mazri Awdal, Dr. Jean Perez, Senior Representatives of the UAE government and the industry, my beloved friend and an ambassador for Tamil Nadu, through our Dinesh, Chairman CIA International, Shobana Kamneni, Chair of CIA Council on Gulf and Middle East and past President. My beloved Dr. Nandini, Chairperson, Southern Region of CIA. Ladies and gentlemen, Vanakkam. Well, I'm not going to keep it long. I'm going to keep it very, very short. My friend, His Excellency, is very particular about timing. We're already running short. I think we have about 15 minutes for the session. So I'm going to keep it low. I see some amazing, amazing friends. Good to see you, sir. And I see a lot of people. I don't want to mention names. I don't want to lay on anybody. But I do know that I've waved out to everybody who I've seen after a long, long time. It's good to see all of you here, sir. So this event is very special. Last year, this year, when I was in Davos, we met the Honorable Minister and we requested him that he bring a delegation to Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu being the biggest, the most powerful engine that's powering this nation, this amazing, amazing nation called India. This state called Tamil Nadu is the engine that's powering this Indian train. And I say that because I know for a fact that all of you also agree that when you have 40,000 factories in a state, and when you have almost 43% of all the women working in India in one state, and when you have so many MSMEs, we're thriving, churning out amazingly talented people and amazingly productive products, then you know that this place has something special. When you also know that this one state alone delivers about 150,000 engineers every year and an almost unbelievable number of doctors every year, and you know that this state is special. And that's why my Chief Minister, the Honorable Thiru M.K. Stalin Avargal, had in fact asked me to request the Honorable Minister to bring in a delegation to Chennai. And I'm happy and I'm really extremely thankful to the Honorable Minister. He actually told us yesterday that this is the first time UAE is bringing a delegation and Investopia is being held in a country for the third time. First time was in Delhi and then in Mumbai, and I said you should come to Chennai, and he came and he ran. When I say he ran, he comes, hits the floor running. He's an amazing runner at heart. And we said, உங்களுக்கு மட்டும் தான் ஓட தெரியுமா, எங்க ஊர்லயும் ஒரு ஆள் வச்சிருக்கோம் நாங்க, எங்க ஹெல்த் மினிஸ்டரும் ஒரு அமேசிங் ரன்னர், so you should come and have a look at him அப்படின்னு சொன்னோம். I'm just telling them how I got the health minister to do. So this morning, last night he said we should go running, and I asked him which part of me looks like I go running. So I said no, we have this one special one who's apt for you, and he'll throw a challenge. He's 65 and he's done 155 marathons around the world, so I think that's more your range. So I requested our health minister to come and join us today, and he did this morning. So I woke up pretty early. In fact, I didn't sleep last night, so because I just come back from the US, so I have a bit of jet lag, so that helped. So I could go and meet them in the morning. He ran about a good 8 kilometers? 6? Oh, he said about 6. So he was okay with 8. He in fact did a 16 kilometers sometime back, he told me. So that's why I said, when you do that, and of course any runner would need a good pair of running shoes, and I'm sure he'll be also interested to know that Tamil Nadu has the best footwear industry in India. We manufacture some of the best footwear, and Paul there says that we already have a pair manufactured right here for the Honorable Minister ready later. So, as I said, this state here produces anything and everything that you see on a HSN list. When you see anything on an export list. That's how talented this state is. And when this kind of talent meets the global power of the UAE and their investment prowess, then the outcome will surely be amazing. Nandini ma'am here, actually when she was speaking, she said that the India-UAE trade started from the south. What she didn't say is that it started way back about 1,800 years back. Even then, we still have one papyrus. I think it's somewhere in the Middle East somewhere, or probably in Europe, there's a papyrus which is from Muchiripatnam. It's about a document about trade between Muchiripatnam, which is like 10 all south of Tamil Nadu, and now Kerala, whatever. It's just everything was Tamil Nadu before, and now that we were Tamil and the entire South Indians were trading with the Muslim world, and they were trading with spices. We were getting gold, we were giving pepper and cardamom and whatnot, and that trade was 1,800 years old, and we still have proof of that. And yesterday I was even telling the minister that we still have a language, it's called Arabi. It's Arabi and Tamil together, and it's still surviving in some parts of Tamil Nadu. It's a language which makes the Arabi and Tamil together, and it was spoken for the longest time. So this partnership that we have with the UAE and the Middle East and Tamil Nadu is not something which is just grown recently. I must say, I'll quickly summarize with what Tamil Nadu can do. I must say we can do everything that you want us to do. That's the kind of talent that Tamil Nadu has. That's the kind of manufacturing prowess that we have. We've been manufacturing for almost a century now, and we're really good at it. We are so good that some of the Japanese send their people here to check how we do. We hit parts per billion and not just parts per million. So we have amazing standards here in Tamil Nadu, and we want to share our talents with you, Minister. So when it comes to R&D, when it comes to logistics and distribution, when it comes to electronics is just unbelievably great. We've done about 30% of India's exports this year. 30%, can you believe that? We did 10 billion last year, and I'm sure this year we're going to hit 12 billion plus of exports in electronics. So that's the kind of progress that we have. And when a partnership with the UAE is established, I'm sure we're gonna scale greater heights. I do see specific. I'll just finish by saying what the specifics that I am personally interested in. Agriculture, food security is something that the UAE is very keen on. Agriculture is our strength, but we have not done enough in value addition of agriculture produce. We produce so much, but we don't value add so much. But I think once we value add, the UAE is going to be a huge market. And from there on, right, just like Dinesh also pointed out here, it's not just the UAE, it's not just the Middle East, it's the African market that we're also concentrating on. So I think it's a huge trade benefit for both the countries. And as I said, our strengths in electronics, our strengths in solar and wind power, wind manufacturing, and space tech, especially space tech. We have so many new startups coming up. We have so many incubators, so many accelerator things. In fact, one of my good friends is here, and he's going to start one accelerator on the 31st of July. If I'm not wrong, it's called Vanam. It's going to be a space tech accelerator. So there's so much happening in Tamil Nadu, and these are things that can only go forward when this kind of relationship doesn't stop with an MOU, right? What usually happens in such investment opportunity, investment rounds, is that people come, they talk, they do MOUs, and then it stops. Somehow there's no continuity. So I was just telling His Excellency just now that we should ensure that this doesn't happen between the UAE and Tamil Nadu. What I suggested is that we have a working group, follow up on this whole thing, listen to all of you today, get what you're talking about, see what is coming out of this, and then take this to a working group which has the CII, which has Investopia in it, the ministry in it, and our ministry here in Tamil Nadu also in it. Guidance could be part of it. So we could do a whole bunch better if we follow up with a working group, and I think the Honorable Minister, His Excellency, will agree on that, especially on on the space tech side, and several emerging sectors, including quantum computing, which I don't see many of you talking about today. I don't know why, but that is something which the state of Tamil Nadu is also extremely keen on. We are extremely keen on anything that comes under the R&D umbrella, because we do want to go the knowledge capital way. This state is the talent capital, this state is the automotive capital, this state is the EV capital, this state is the textile capital, and this state knows how to get things done. So when you invest in Tamil Nadu, you invest in the greenest state possible. Everybody's talking about sustainability, everybody's talking about SDG. Right now, this moment, Tamil Nadu is the topper in SDG goals in several criteria. And we are toppers in almost all decisive parameters that are needed for the betterment of investments in any place. So this state welcomes you with open arms, His Excellency and Your Excellency, and you too. And we welcome with open arms all the investors who have gathered here. And I'm sure this is going to be an amazing event. And I'm looking forward to amazing outcomes from this event. And as I said, under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister through M.K. Stalin, we will make sure that there is outcome from every single meeting that happens today. And I'm extremely thankful to my beloved friend, His Excellency the Minister, for having taken time and kept his promise. And I've also assured him that when he has his round in January next year, that's what he said, in the UAE, I promise that we will come there, and by then we should have some concrete outcomes from this event right here. So, Nandri, Vanakkam.
Honorable Minister of Industry, the government of this relationship exists and happens as well. 7 months ago, we said let's do something in Chennai and let's make a conference and bring people together. Here we are 7 months later, things happen. Last night, I said I want to go for a run. Next morning, there's a huge lavish great run happening this morning. We all missed it. But we managed to run through the health walk that was created by the Minister of Health in the Tamil Nadu government. An interesting project, an interesting initiative to get the Tamil Nadu people to walk and to run in the morning. And in engaging with the people, I always say we are locked up in conferences or being in meetings, but being down on the ground and seeing the city and seeing the infrastructure and meeting the people, this is something that we'll always remember all our lives. UAE has made a name for itself, strategic partner of India, offering many services, a range of them, including logistics, finance, technology. We are India's third largest trading partner and among the top 4 investors in your country in terms of foreign direct investments. The people-to-people ties is between the UAE and India are another important aspect of our relationship. The Indian community understands the UAE. The UAE community understands the Indian community. We have significant contribution in our development in our country. We are proud to have a strong presence of Indian businesses in the UAE. And the UAE has committed providing conducive environment for Indian businesses to thrive, and we are taking these several more measures as well, increasing and enhancing the business climate, introducing and including incentives for FDI and foreign direct investment, streamlining regulatory frameworks. We've been changing our laws in the last couple of years. 40 laws has changed in the last 4 years in the UAE. One of the most important one was the 100% foreign direct investment, 100% foreign ownership of companies in mainland in the UAE. The golden visas, with few of you have it, which attracting talent as well. We understood. Second day in the ministry, for any economy to thrive, is to actually to have talent. You cannot have a beautiful strategy or a business model to operate without having the right talent to operate with that. I know the Honourable Minister understands this. He has his own program for talent as well, and building the talent here in Tamil Nadu. There's a lot of similarity between the UAE and Tamil Nadu, and I think this is something as well to thrive on, because we understand that the economy to thrive and to grow and industry to move forward, talent is important to focus on. We took a huge leap 2022 was a big year for UAE and India. Myself and Honorable Minister Piyush Goyal, my brother, signed the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement on the 18th of February. It came into force on the 1st of May 2022. 2 years down the line, 15% growth between trade between UAE and India. Let's do the maths. 15%, we had $50 billion before the signing. 15% on top of the $50 billion, we're topping now $70 billion, almost $70 billion of trade between both nations. Remarkable trading opportunities. This is where the UAE and India in 2022 have shown the world how important to really come together through a framework, an agreement, and lead this to create a record high of trading between the UAE and the world. The CEPA created free trade zone between the UAE and India with the aim of boosting trade, investments, economic growth, creating opportunities for businesses in both countries. 80% of tariffs on Indian and UAE goods have been removed as a result of plans to lift another 10,000 tariff lines within the next 10 years. The 18th chapter agreement provides enhanced market access to service and intellectual property rights. It addresses technical barriers for UAE and Indian exporters. And the agreement also established a technical council on investment and trade promotion facilitated between the two countries. Ministry on Lead, we have a dedicated webpage for the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between UAE and India. Traders understand the HS codes. This website is dedicated. You can put the HS codes into trade with them, and you can see the tariff barrier and the reduction of this tariff barrier between the UAE and India. We made it easy to reach that. And I think it's important that we create and continue in doing so. India and UAE non-oil trade has expanded despite a slowdown in global trade. The whole world is slowing down, but our agreement did not. Our agreement grew by 3.9% in 2023. By the contract, global trade contracted by 5%, according to UNCTAD. Our trade with India now accounts for 7.6% of total trade, which hits a record high of $953 billion last year only. The CEPA also had boosted New Delhi trade to $84.5 billion in the financial year ending March 2023, compared to $72.9 billion in the year of 2022, according to official statistics from the government of India. Earlier this year, during a visit to the UAE, President His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan signed an agreement with the Honorable Prime Minister Modi on the India-Middle East-Europe corridor, a trade route that aims to link not just trading through containers, but creating an infrastructure as well, building a bridge between India, Middle East corridor to Europe. It is the first as well trade route that will connect India across as well. The first inter-ministerial delegation from India had meetings on the subject last May under the Intergovernmental Framework Agreement between the two countries. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to dwell a little bit on the UAE economic outlook. UAE has charted a new transformative growth path, fueled by innovation, resilience, and steadfast commitment to progress. Despite the global challenges, despite the risks that posed by the global pandemic, economic uncertainty, geopolitical tensions as we still have and see, and the UAE has demonstrated a remarkable resilience, buoyed by the diverse economic ecosystem and far-sighted economic policy leadership. Our GDP growth has been robust, underpinned by strategic investments in key sectors such as tourism, technology, innovation, and renewable energy. The recent economic performance of the national economy has largely exceeded our expectations. GDP has continued to register steady growth year after year, with an average growth rate between 5% in 2021 and 2023. Our growth figures are significantly stronger than those of any other countries in the GCC region. More interestingly, the growth was mainly driven by non-oil sector, which has been playing an increasingly prominent role in our economy. It grew itself year over year, averaging 6.6% of growth. We project the economy to grow 3.9% this year. But then the non-oil sector itself is forecasted to grow in the UAE 5.4% of our GDP. The non-oil sector accounts for 74% of GDP. It's the first time that the UAE has reached this number of 74% non-oil GDP. The UAE continues to streamline businesses, practices, and improve regulatory frameworks, and enact policies that facilitate innovation, entrepreneurship, and contacts, and the reform that we did in the past couple of years. Investopia. What does the word stand for? Invest and utopia. Invest, everyone knows how to invest. But utopia is a word of the extraordinary. It's a Greek word. So how do you invest in the extraordinary? How you take logistics, for instance, and create a new economy, a new investment in logistics, creating a new model of economies to that. Aviation, all knows that aviation is a traditional economy. How do you create new into aviation? What's the new economy in aviation? And how do you create that? What's the sustainable aviation fuel that's coming? The new fuel system that needs the airplanes to adapt to. That's the economy by itself. Do we have the SAF, the sustainable aviation fuel production, ready for the technology of the airplanes to go forward? This is opportunities where the world is changing. Investopia is a place where we need to meet together, people to people. And one thing I will leave you with in the next few hours of this conference is not to talk about what did you do as a business, but what's new in your business, what's new in your investment, and what's new in the future of that business that you're thinking about investing and creating and growing. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, looking ahead, we remain cautiously optimistic. We remain conscious, but we have a far-sighted overview to opportunities on the horizon, on the global landscape. The economy, it is imperative that we leverage our strength. We capitalize on emerging trends, we embrace innovation, and as a catalyst for sustainable growth, it is imperative that we remain agile, adaptive, and forward-thinking. The challenges that lie ahead are major, but still are the opportunities as well. Harnessing the collective wisdom, creativity, ingenuity, and of all stakeholders, we can accelerate our journeys towards a future that we define our prosperity from. UAE is dedicated to collaborate with our international partners, bilaterally, internationally, in order to tackle the world's problems, to build more sustainable and prosperous future for all. Our partnership with India is a case in a point of such commitment. It is exceptionally impressive that the significant increase in trade I just mentioned between our two countries in both directions came in the context of the global macroeconomic headwinds and the global fragmentation trends that's happening. This makes me more confident that the relationship between our countries will continue to flourish in the years to come, and both countries will reap the benefits of a strong partnership. As a Minister of Economy of the UAE, I'm committed to continue visit India in the next couple of quarters coming, and all the strategies and targets that we have been talking about, the working group that the Honorable Minister has mentioned, will follow through. We'll listen to the outcomes of the afternoon sessions that you guys are going to have, of the things that you're going to discuss, and about the new economy and the new investment and new economies that we would like to hear about and create them together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency. And now, to sum up the session, I'd like to invite Mr. R. Dinesh for his final comments.
His Excellency, Her Excellency, Honorable Minister, colleagues,
I think it's been a wonderful session where we not only heard some very important comments, but for us the most tangible thing is the formation of this joint working group to make sure we can deliver value and implement many of these suggestions. We have well noted the thoughts and ideas which have come through, whether it be the SME Connect, whether it be the agriculture-based industry, and most importantly, what His Excellency mentioned in terms of the focus on innovation, focus on new age opportunities, being agile, and logistics as a core sector which we will work on. We look forward to all success together as I mentioned. And thank you once again for giving us the time and sharing all of these ideas. Thank you, sir.
And before we conclude, a small token of appreciation for our special guests, both the ministers. May I request our Minister for Industries, Shri Dr. T.R.B. Raju, to kindly do the honors. This is of course to the UAE Cabinet Member and Minister of Economy, His Excellency Abdullah bin Tuk Al Mari, and now another token of appreciation for Her Excellency Alia Abdullah Al Mazrui, UAE Minister of State for Entrepreneurship and SMEs. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. With that, we conclude this session. Can we have a nice, loud round of applause for our speaker? We will start the session right away.
This is Mehdi.